Students, good evening. Today you see the remaining part of the lesson, that is lesson number 6 on the trail. And you see student page number 84, second paragraph you see. We passed no other trekkers for nearly 3 full days. But we greeted by local people living along the trail. Now students, you see, they passed 3 full days. But till then, no other trekkers they passed. But they were greeted, but they were welcomed by local people, means they were greeted by some Sherpas and some other local people, those were living along the trail. And those people used to greet them, Namaste. And student, you know only, Namaste is the traditional greeting. And we have to do what? We have to lift up our hands in front of our face as if we are praying. So, Namaste, how to do, students, you know only, while you are praying or in the assembly also, as we start our prayer, we join our hands. And in that way only, they used to do or they used to show respect by doing Namaste. And from the Namaste, we have to understand, or the writers were understanding, the spirit in me honors the spirit in you. And Namaste means what? You have to know that. The spirit in me honors means the spirit in me respect the spirit in you. So much more than hello. And here the writer is telling that Namaste is better than hello. By doing Namaste, the spirit which is in us used to respect the spirit which is in you. The wake up call every morning was also very polite. First, there would be a slight shuffle outside the tent, then a melodious good morning as I poked my head through the opening. The first morning, it was Surendra, one of our head Sherpas. He offered a steaming pot of sweet, milky tea that smelled of clove and cardamom. Sherpa, tea? Didi, he inquired. Here, the writer is telling that the wake up call every morning means, students, your mother or your father used to wake you up, or you used to give alarm in your home so that you can wake up in time. Here also they used to wake up call every morning, and that wake up call in the morning was very polite and very sweet voice. First there would be a slight shuffle, and at first there might be a slow walk in which one takes small step, means slowly somebody used to walk outside the tent. Then a melodious or then a sweet voice used to come out, or they could able to hear, the trekkers could able to hear a sweet melodious voice, and that sweet melodious voice is good morning. And by hearing the words good morning, the trekker used to feel very much comfort in their mind. And as I poked my head through the opening, means as the writer took out his head through the opening, The first morning it was Surendra, and the first morning he met one of the Sherpas had, and that Sherpa's head name was Surendra. And Surendra offered a steaming pot of sweet milky tea, and that is we call bed tea. In some of the houses still there is bed tea. If somebody is means after taking the bed tea only they used to get up from the bed. And here Surendra used to offer them steaming. Steaming means that the vapor used to goes up, and steaming pot of sweet milky tea, and that smell of clove, and what are the delicious smell they used to get from the steaming pot of sweet milky tea. They used to get the smell of clove and cardamom. Sherpa, tea, Didi? He inquired. And he used to tell that what Sherpa, tea, Didi. And here Didi means older sister. Means here Didi means you have to know that grown up sister. If your sister is bigger than you, then you have to tell Didi. And I had already got used to it in place of my name. And everybody used to call what? Didi. The Nepalese tradition of addressing one another as brother or sister. And in Nepalese tradition, if brother or sister is there, then they may address one another or made me feel right at home. I especially like the way he pronounced it. And here the writer liked the pronunciation of the Sherpas very much, because the Sherpa used to say in so good way that the writer was really like that word very much. And here the Sherpa used to tell, or the Sherpa used to pronounce it D in a singing song manner. Breakfast was served outdoors around a large table while the Sherpas packed up our tents and gear. Now, the breakfast was served outdoors, not in the tent. The breakfast was served to them outdoors around a large table, and the breakfast was served outdoors around a large table while the Sherpas packed up their tents and gear. And the Sherpas used to pack up their tents, the tracker tents and gear. And at that time, the breakfast was served to them outdoors. None of us could believe the size of the loads the Sherpas would carry. While I hobbled along the trail in expensive hiking boots, our porters, carrying up to 35 kilograms of cooking equipment on the backs, walked quickly past me, wearing only slippers on their feet. Now, the writer was surprised, or the writer could not able to believe the size of load that the Sherpas used to carry. Because it is not easy to climb up the hill or the mountain carrying heavy loads. But how it was possible for the Sherpas, the writer could not able to believe. While I hobbled along the trail, while the writer used to walk slowly along the trails by wearing expensive hiking boots. But you see, student, the porters carrying up to 35 kilograms of cooking equipment on their backs walk quickly past me wearing only slippers on their feet. But here the trekkers were wearing expensive, costly hiking boots. But the porters, those who were carrying their loads more than 35 kilograms, they were walking very fast and they were wearing only slippers on their feet. Means the Sherpas were not wearing boots also, hiking boots also, but they were wearing only slippers, and with the help of the slippers also they could move very fast. What a welcome sight it was to cross the last hill that evening and find our camp already set up below. Sleeping bags and foam mattresses were numbered, grouped, and laid out, along with our personal gear. There were special toilet tents and shower tents. The tents used water that had been heated over the cooking stoves. As a camping as a camping as a camping expense, it was Kashi. Now, student, you see what a welcome sight. Means the sight was very beautiful for them, and it was to cross the last hill that evening. And on that day, on that evening they have to cross the last hill, and they found that their camps already set up below. Sleeping bags and foam mattress were numbered, and sleeping bags and foam mattress were also ready for them and grouped and laid out along with their personal gear. There were special toilet tents and shower tents also. And here the writer was telling that they have very nice toilet tents, and at the same times they have shower tents also. And the water they used had been heated over the cooking stoves because it is a very cold weather, and the water might have frozen, and therefore they have to heat the water whenever they used in the toilet or whenever they used for bathing. As a camping expense, it was Kashi, but it was, as a trekker, his experience, it was a very comfortable, and he can't believe that how the Sherpas might have arranged all the things. So student, today with this only I ended my class. Thank you.